Hi, this is Linford from the Acclaim Client Success Team. In this video, we're going to look at the budgeting forecasting features available for projects in MYOB Advanced. It's possible to enter and modify budget forecasts for a project and compare these forecasts with the project's actual costs in income. Forecasts can be broken down by period and can include multiple revisions. You can create a budget forecast directly from the project budget forecast screen, but as you most likely want to create one for an existing project, the usual way to get there is to select project budget forecast from the inquiries drop down on the project screen. If the project already has a budget forecast, the most recent revision will be displayed. Otherwise, you need to set up the initial version of it. Enter a revision ID and the system loads in all of the cost and revenue budget lines already existing in the project. From here, you can create the budget down into periods like the Generate Periods button to generate periods automatically for all budget lines based on the project dates, or add manually for each budget line with the added periods button on the table toolbar. The budget forecast shows the totals for each budget line and a delta if the totals don't match the original budgeted amounts. When you first add periods, there will be a delta since the budget amount hasn't been spread across the periods yet. You can either edit the values for each period manually so they can add up to the correct total, or you can click the distribute button to distribute the budget amount evenly across each period. If your forecast changes over time, you can add new revisions, editing the amounts as necessary. If you end up with a difference between the budget forecast and the actual budget in the project, you can resolve this in one of two ways. If the forecast is correct, you can update the project budget by clicking the Update Project Budget button. This updates the values of the project budget lines on the project screen with the corresponding values of the budget lines on the forecast revision. On the other hand, if you want to keep the values from the project budget, you can update the forecast line by clicking any budget line in the forecast and click Update Forecast Lines to update the sector budget line or the forecast revision with the corresponding value from the project. Project budget forecasts allow for detailed analysis of the budget. You can use a project budget forecast to create generic inquiries or pivot tables to break down and examine the figures in detail. And that concludes our look at project budget forecasts in MYOB Advanced. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.